Well, landmarks come thick and fast for Peter Shilton these days. Today, his 850th league game. And by coincidence, Everton were also the opposition when he played his first for Leicester City way back in May 1966. Everton get the game underway, boosted by a place now in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. And possibly the Cups represent their best hopes of a trophy this season. Nick Pickering making his first contribution with his weaker right foot, but getting the call this morning when Ted McMinn dropped out with a septic foot. Clark going for the ball. McCall trying to arrive in support from midfield. The first meeting in the league between these two sides this season. Was playing Pickering onside. They're so quick at the back, are Everton. Ratcliffe could possibly have made up the ground, and certainly Southall sprinted off his line to defuse the situation. Indeed, Everton's defensive strategy, built on speed all across the back four, gives them the licence to push up. Hibberd, the covering header fell kindly off the chest of Mark Wright. The Derby captain venturing forward. Geraint Williams. Goddard had pulled out to the left. Here's Pickering. Dave Watson is the defender. And Derby had the game's first corner. After 3 minutes, forced by Pickering with 1 or 2 points to prove here. Never really settled since his move last summer from Coventry. Micklewhite's gone across to take the corner. Mark Wright making his way up towards the near post. Wright struggling to get there, watched by Sharp. Williams with a terrific volley. And maybe that's a sign of things to come in terms of the quality of the goalkeeping. It was very well met by Geraint Williams, but Neville Southall was alert and made the save look comfortable. It certainly wasn't. Sheedy. So Southall called into action. Everton still feeling, and Derby as well, that with Arsenal and Norwich losing midweek games this week, that there might be an opportunity for a team coming from a lowly position in the top half of the table to make a run for the championship and capitalise on some nervousness at the top. So there's plenty to play for here. McDonald to take the free kick. Watson joining Sharp in the centre. Here's Clark. There's been plenty of speculation that Wayne Clark might be on his way from Everton. Certainly his eye for goal is coveted by other clubs. And he came in purposefully then at the back post. Forsyth. Now Hibberd. Goddard astutely returned. Good football from Derby. Pickering. But Watson guarding the near post. Williams has already had one good shot from the edge of the area, and there was no way that Pickering could get back onside. But it was put together well by Derby on the far side of the field, with Hibberd, Goddard and Pickering combining. Williams, oh, and he's under-hit it, and Clark has just over-hit it in trying to catch Shilton off his line, but he is a predator around goal, Wayne Clark, and looks for that type of error It was Geraint Williams who was the culprit. It was a deliberate chip, and a very astute one too. Williams getting it forward properly this time. Goddard. That's a splendid ball to Micklewhite. The flag has stayed down. Derby trying to fill the centre. Pickering. With Pickering on the left and Micklewhite on the right. Certainly Derby have got the players to serve the ball into the Everton area. Interested spectators there. Bobby Robson in the centre of the picture, the England manager. And to the right of him as we look, the Scotland team boss, Andy Roxburgh. Hibbert for Goddard. Micklewhite is free again, and Goddard has somehow lifted the pass to him. Saunders in the centre, it's Dean Saunders! In the 19th minute, Saunders applied the finishing touch to a delightful Derby move, and Southall is beaten by his Welsh international teammate. A very fine goal for the home side. And they don't come easy against Everton. Only the 10th goal they've conceded away from home in the First Division this season. This is their 13th game. So Saunders gets his 10th goal for Derby, his 16th in all this season. It's a fine ball to Sheedy. And Sharp wasn't at the far post, well, not where the ball dropped. McDonald collecting it and retrieving it. Now McCall doing likewise. Snowden. Pickering, who can play left back, indeed played for England there back in 1983. Goddard, there's a break that threatens Everton here. Williams is into the centre, and so too is Saunders. It'll come for Saunders, oh dear! You could see what was in his mind to try and catch Southall coming back towards the centre of the goal. But Watson miscued, and then Williams did, and Saunders put it wide. Southall was exposed. It could so easily have been 2-0. Well, that is a striker's lot. And the thing that Saunders will appreciate is that the chances are coming his way. Goddard, down for Saunders. Micklewhite taking over. There's only Goddard and now Pickering in the centre. But Hibbert lurking on the edge. Williams, good Derby pressure as the first half draws to a close. Micklewhite, another deep ball, it's over Pickering. Good control by Forsyth, but a poor back pass that Sharp has intercepted. Is it a gift for Everton? It is. Graham Sharp, who's hardly had a look at goal in the previous 44 minutes. But Michael Forsyth played it where he thought Shilton might collect it, and no one knows better than the Derby left-back that it's really down to him. It didn't reach its target. Sharp was very alert. The finish was clinical. It's 1-1. And this at the end of a half when Derby have had much the better of things. very similar to the first half in a match when we had the cameras here against Manchester United. That game finished 2-2. I wonder what the second half will bring. At the moment it's 1-1, and Derby, who were pressing to add to the lead that Saunders had given them, are suddenly pegged back. And Graham Sharp really in a good run at the moment, and impressing Andy Roxburgh, I'm sure, with the way he took that. His 9th goal of the season, 5 of them have come now in the last 7 games. It's half-time, and Derby were so close to going in a goal to the good. Dean Saunders in the 19th minute to round off an excellent move. But Michael Forsyth, with the back pass that Graham Sharp intercepted, has changed the picture here. It's 1-1 at half-time, and a lot to play for in the second 45 minutes. Derby get the second half underway. The disappointment of conceding that equaliser, I'm sure, very fresh in their minds. But what a boost to Everton, who were really on the wrong end of much of the first half, although Derby only created 2 clear-cut chances, one of which Saunders took, and the other he missed. Forsyth. It's a miscue by Watson, with his sidekick in the centre of defence. Kevin Ratcliffe just filling in behind him and dealing with the danger. McCall getting the better of Hindmarch. It's another chance for Sharp. And really, that was, by his standards, a disappointing effort. Maybe just connected with the ground, hence that grimace of possible pain as well as disappointment. It certainly was a mishit. So I suppose it's level now with Saunders. Both have had 2 openings, both have got 1 out of 2. Shilton not troubled really by Sharp's mishit. The chance came from a defensive misunderstanding involving Hindmarch. Now Graham Sharp is going off, and I wonder whether we saw a clue there when he missed that chance and looked as though he might have damaged himself. Pat Nevin, another Scottish international, of course, comes on, but that is a blow to Everton to lose not just the goalscorer here, but a player who is often the focal point of their work in terms of building up attacks. Play on. Derby trying to deliver a blow of a different kind. Nevin, his first job is to help out in defence. Saunders. Goddard was offside but not interfering with play. Got back. Micklewhite well found. Southall in trouble, but he got a hand to it, and a strong one to it, cleared the area. Hebbard. And it's 2-1 through Paul Goddard. Derby have regained the lead. And suddenly, in a minute, it's all gone wrong for Everton. Graham Sharp has gone off, and they're behind again. Hebbard planted it in very precisely. Goddard on the stretch, and Southall showing his disappointment. He hoped a defender would get there, and he rather stayed, leaving the danger for others to deal with. 2-1 after 56 minutes. Sheedy saw that coming. Clark, only Trevor Stephen up with him, although other forces are arriving now. McDonald. Stephen flicks it on for Scythe, covering well for Derby. Trevor Stephen really lifting his game when Everton need it. Nevin, and that is a foul by Hebard. Maybe Everton can punish them from the free kick. It breaks loose for Sheedy again. Oh, and Wayne Clark, 2-2. Brilliantly taken goal. So Clark covering up well for Tony Cottee's absence here. And he flung himself in at the near post and it sped into the corner. Sheedy doing his party piece as well by providing the accurate cross. 19 minutes left. Everton have hit back twice now. Well, one thing you can always say about Wayne Clark is he does know where the goal is. His small tally this season, because he hasn't been a regular in the side, but a goal scorer of high calibre to be called upon, with Cottee not able to start the game and with Sharp now picking up an injury as well. Clark can look forward to a spell in the side. And he's done his cause plenty of good with that second Everton equaliser. Williams. Here's Micklewhite. For the cross. Saunders is one of them. Pickering! Well, for half a second it seemed bound for the far corner. But so much of Derby's good work has come through Gary Micklewhite down that right-hand side. Saunders jumped well, distracted Watson. Pickering had the shot. It was across Southall, but across the goal. Graham Sharp joining in the encouragement from the Everton bench. Colin Harvey, the manager, on the extreme left, with Terry Darracott, the assistant, doing most of the shouting. March. Crack on the back of the head for Trevor Stephen. Call and Williams, two very eager midfield men in direct competition then. Hebard and Snowden going for a ball that was off the ground, but doing it fairly. Micklewhite, Goddard's gone to the right. Possibilities for Derby here. Goddard is onside. It's a perfect goal. Simply perfect, Paul Goddard. That had top quality written all over it. Micklewhite through the centre this time. Goddard to the right. Southall off his line. And Goddard knew exactly what he was doing. That was wonderful finishing. Paul Goddard gets his second goal of the game. Derby have the lead for the third time in the match. Can they hang on to it? Certainly that goal deserves to be the